I turned to the doctor. There's something wrong. My feet are hot and heavy. She picks me up and puts me on the bed. I feel someone touching my face and hands. Kerry, stay with us. I'm unable to control any part of my body. I feel excruciating pain in every muscle and every limb until, poof, I'm above myself, looking down at myself, at the doctors and nurses. Something was taking over me. I'm dying. I surrendered to my spirit. I just let go. I rise up in a different dimension. I see my 3 children. I tell them I'm dying. It's okay. It's euphoric and beautiful. In and out of different dimensions I go, no longer attached to the physical body, no longer attached to anybody or anything. It felt like a new me was being created, ascending in every moment all at once. I looked down at myself. I'm a little light being. I've got little light fingers and little light toes, just like a little smiley emoji on your phone. The biggest thing I noticed, the pain had gone. I was bliss, full of joy and love. The next morning, I wake up at home in my bed alone. All the emotional pain had returned. I start sobbing. I realise I'm still here to face my life. The affair, the bankruptcy, years of supporting a man, showing up for him, creating wealth for us. But now he's off with his mistress. I am left with $1.8 million in debt. I ask God, why did you do this to me? You took me up there into your world and then you put me back here. What is it I'm here to do? Please let me go back up there with you. What am I here for on this planet? I asked. This is not the first time I pleaded with God. I'm frozen in fear. The cord around my throat is getting tighter as Dad pulls me up. If you tell anyone about this, my 8-year-old heart starts beating so fast. I just want Mum to come home. Dad has been sexually abusing me. God, please, why? Why do you allow children to suffer? Why am I in this family? Why am I still here? Pop, my granddad is sick. My family and relatives are going out for dinner. I don't want to leave him. I stay back to look after him. I put my hand on his as he lays there in the bed. His mouth is open wide with whiskers, all grey whiskers all around. He's struggling to breathe because of his asthma. His skin is shining with fix up his nose, across his lips, and on his throat and chest. Looking at his frail body laying on the bed, I felt peace. The more my hand stayed on his, the more I knew he was going to be okay the next day. Sure enough, the next morning, he bounced out of bed. He gives me sweets and spoils me with a large teddy bear. Me being there really helped him. I felt special, I felt alive, and I felt loved. But I was still very scared. Waking up in the middle of the night became a pattern. Hiding under the covers, scared. Sometimes when I would wake up, I would see people at the end of my bed, standing right there. They would be there and then whoosh, off they'd go. But now they are back. They are back with me in this moment, in emotional pain, beings at the end of my bed. As a child, I didn't know what they were, but now I see. It's Nan and Pop. They look beautiful. You are going to be fine. You're going to be okay. They are not speaking, but I get the words in what I describe as telepathic heart connection from the other side. They also tell me I'm going to be okay, and they are always with me, taking care of me. Angels appear like little sparkles of light. This feeling takes me back to the day before, the euphoria, the bliss, and the magic. The next morning, I bounce out of bed and things start to get a little weird in the best way possible. At 4 a.m, the ocean calls me. I see angels and watch the waves wave at me. A tree calls me. I put my arms around the tree and I hug the tree for what seemed like hours. I start to hear voices channeling me, giving me direction. Am I going crazy? Are these voices real? I go in deep into meditation. I hear the message, go to Bali. I agree to the direction, but made them promise I would meet my real life guide. I love conversing with the light and felt having a physical guru would make a huge difference. I arrive in Ubud. I get up early, expecting my guru to be outside the door. Nobody there. I go for a walk. I want to find my guru. I stumble across the yoga barn. This looks like an interesting place. I see a flyer. for a meditation class. A man from India wearing a turban. Indians are supposed to be good at meditation. I'm going to join. He tells us to hold on to the hands of the person next to you and don't let go of their hands. Stay with the breath and don't open your eyes. The powerful exercise begins. Oh no! The pain starts to arise the same way it did in the doctor's office. I start crying. My body riddled with excruciating pain, doubled over, not able to hold the hands of the person next to me. Suddenly I hear, take a breath and sit up straight. My inner voice was calling. I released with an exhale and the pain dissipated. And then across the other side of the room, Buddha came towards me in human form. He placed his hands on my head and he said to me, "You have a beautiful, beautiful heart. And you need to teach others about their beautiful heart." It was the most loving, peaceful experience. I felt like the light being with the little light fingers and the little light toes. Forgiveness steps in. Freedom. I go deep, more pain and discomfort. The presence of uncomfortable. I say hello to it and don't judge it. My heart struggles to hold it. The thought disappears and purifies. I drop into peace. Wow, this stuff works. 7 years has passed since that voice told me to come to Bali. Now I work at the yoga barn as a heart attunement healer and teach sacred heart meditation and converse with light beings daily for myself and for others. I have written 4 books about the light, the beautiful heart, and forgiveness. Trauma gave me the access to be the healer I am today. And my dad made me the strong, resilient woman. The pain brought me to purpose, to the light. And now I see myself, a little light being with little light fingers and little light toes. And that's what I see in you and you and you and you, all of you. Little light beings with so much power and love and purpose. Amazing divine emojis of light, lighting up the world. And I want to thank you for that. Your light creates my light, creates your light, creates my light, creates your light. I tell this story authentically as my intention is to spread this story of light to the world, from my heart to yours. Namaste.